Regional Art Gallery was established in 1968 by the Ararat community, and it was operated by the community until 2005, when Ararat Rural City Council took over the running of the gallery.
We're one of the few municipalities that's blessed to have a regional art gallery, and it adds to our diversity and our cultural diversity. It adds to the offer that we have. It makes us a little bit different to other small rural municipalities.
One of the most exciting things about the Ararat Regional Art Gallery is it has this incredible history. As one of the few galleries in Australia to be actively engaged in presenting and promoting excellence in textile art and fibre art practices. We have over 1,200 objects in our permanent collection, but we offer a program which is diverse and changing, so the permanent collection isn't always on display. So it's exciting to look back to the works that we have from 1970s, 80s and 90s, but also to be engaged in collecting and programming the work of artists which are working in really exciting and new ways. There's so many younger contemporary artists that are using fibre materials now that it's such an exciting time to be collecting textile and fibre-based work again. One of our earliest acquisitions was Hammock by John Corbett. John Corbett became one of Australia's most significant textile artists. This work shows the way that soft materials, and weaving in particular, was used by the artist to develop an exciting and unconventional approach to sculpture. It's a work which is of its time, but is also a work which speaks quite strongly to people today. Corazza en dos Colores by Olga de Amaral is one of the really significant works in our collection. She's an artist of immense international renown. De Amaral was really active during the 1970s and the 1980s in creating large-scale textile wall hangings to soften the public spaces in modernist buildings. And that's really where she established her reputation. The work really came into the collection at a time when the gallery was new to collecting fibre art. So it was a strong affirmation of the gallery's commitment to establishing a fibre art specialisation, not only in Australia, but internationally. Another significant work from our permanent collection is Tony Dyer's The Tourist Trap. What's interesting about The Tourist Trap is that from a distance it really looks like a painting. But as you get closer, you can see that the imagery has been created through very complex dyeing processes. And there's also an interesting use of stitching and piecing in the work. It's a work of art which people can respond to in a traditional sense, but also it's clearly very much informed by textile traditions from many different cultures. Paradise by Kate Just is one of our most significant acquisitions in recent years. Significant in terms of its scale, but also in terms of its importance to the artist's practice. Paradise refers to second-generation feminist art, which we hold in our collection. So it makes some really interesting connections to other works that we hold. But it also shows the way that younger artists are returning to practices such as knitting. Surrender by Sebastian de Mauro is one of our most recent acquisitions. It's a work that's made from neoprene, the material that's used to make wetsuits. I was really interested in this work because we don't hold a lot of three-dimensional works in the collection. So it's a work which pushes a number of boundaries for us, both in terms of its form, but importantly through the use of an unconventional fibre material. We had the opportunity to commission Nurungiri weaver Ivan Kulmatri to create a large eel trap for our permanent collection. And Ivan Kulmatri has been represented widely in public gallery exhibitions, and including representing Australia at the Venice Biennale. It's made from woven sedge grass, and when you get close to the work, you can smell that material. So it really gives a strong sense of place. It's a work which refers to Aboriginal material culture. It is an eel trap. It's also a contemporary sculpture. When I took the directorship at Ararat, I didn't have a background in fibre art, but it's something I've become really passionate about. It's such an interesting field, both in terms of its history and in terms of the very exciting ways and innovative ways that artists are now working with textiles and with fibre materials. There's always something that's absolutely fascinating that we have on display.